was a gaming tournament, Call of Duty tournament. Black women of COD and a biracial woman entered the conversation. So how this story really goes.
No.
All right. How this story really goes is there was a black woman of COD tournament for real, for real. Let's just say $20,000 prize, 2v2 tournament or something like that. Got the teams. This woman applied, claimed to be mixed by Rachel, half and half, half one race, half the other race. They denied her. All these are private conversations. She takes to Twitter. I'm going to pull up some of the tweets. I don't tweet as it is. This is Becky Jew. I don't tweet as it is, but never did I think I'd have to ever make a tweet like this.
I think she probably did her
Having
account.
You said, yeah, she did.
Damn.
Because I will get to that. Having to prove if I am black enough and then being told I'm not black enough to play a tourney that is for black presenting women is insane. After sending family pictures, by the way. What's next? My birth certificate? Validating this? Which states mixed white and black Caribbean? Oh, that's what she says. On to, by the way. My whole life I've been experiencing racism, but I've never experienced it from the black community. I'll tell you that. Being told I had it easy is disgusting considering what I'm literally experiencing right now. Growing up as a mixed race individual was not easy. Always feeling like we didn't fit in. And I think this today is proof of that. There's some tweets and there's some responses. I just want to say this is one of them. Just quick follow. The criteria is black women. This is her having a DM conversation. Criteria is black women. The reality is that she presents as white. This girl clearly has the privilege. A lot of us don't. She don't have to think about her race as a potential disadvantage or source of discrimination. It's not fair, but our world is structured in a way that benefits people that look like her and not like me. So no, she is not allowed. I'm gonna show a picture of her. Is this a picture of her? That's not a picture of her. How do you guys feel about events that are catered towards specific groups and specific groups only? Because apparently this is an issue, and I didn't even know it was an issue, but this is an issue.
How do I feel about events like that being held? I
Yeah,
mean,
basically black only, black women only, Asian American, Korean, uh, gay, trans community holding events, just specific communities holding specific events for this specific community.
They have
I don't,
every
I
right
don't
to
see
do
it.
that, man. As long as it's nothing egregious, which I don't you can have a conversation about what's egregious, but if a woman is hosting a tournament and she wants only women, biological women, in the tournament, nigga, it's her tournament. What the that's what she wants. Why that's what she wants.
It's nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, I don't think this is a black exclusive thing or anything. Like, there's Asian American events, Filipino only events. Like, it's just normal. Filipino festivals, like I go to them all the time. It's normal.
Now, the reason why this is especially a big issue is because it'd be different if she was just going to the event. That's one thing. She wanted to participate to get the prize. Now, let me show my screen again. This is what this woman looks like. This is
Man, get the fuck out of here.
that is Becky Jew.
She looks like a
Oh,
Becky
I
Jew.
seen that girl on Twitter today. I was
Oh,
wondering
that
why I
sounded
kept seeing
crazy.
it.
Now that I say that.
Yeah.
I
She
tripping.
said her, mind you, her father is black. He's
Mm.
black Caribbean. He's black Caribbean.
Okay, type shit.
So what part of the Caribbean is he from? Dominican Republic?
Um, I'm gonna show you what her papa looks like because I think that that's very important. She said she presented photos and everything like that. People were caping for her, and they had a bunch of conversation, as to
Blacks?
why. Black, yeah, black, specifically black
Caping
men.
for
I
her?
don't, I don't, I don't want to be that guy, but black men specifically were caping for her,
Oh, that cape for anything.
saying that oh well, this is the problem with the community. We're too divisive.
The
We
problem with
don't.
the community is you want to fuck her. That's the problem with the community.
All
But
right.
Uh,
Damn.
I
I
don't
mean,
have I don't have
You
like a
really trying to
sexual
pod.
attraction to her. But
that's the
I
real
say
that's the real problem.
no, you're right. A lot of niggas do. What I will say, just cause I feel like I know the vibe that you and Omar about to spit, and I don't know what B Soul's lies, but I'll say this.
Never do.
What she like, she don't nigga, what? Anyway, she don't bother me for real, in terms of like just how she going about her business right now. Now, I'm trying to get my thoughts together because I don't want to say nothing stupid.
Say something stupid. Fuck it. Let it fly. Why not let it
I
fly?
ain't gonna lie. While you get your thoughts together, let me just
I'm
say,
a
Yeah,
solo
go
you
ahead, go
too.
I
ahead, go
do,
ahead. But
I
it
do
doesn't
have a
bother. It
problem with
doesn't bother
this.
me. It doesn't bother me.
This does bother me because why do you want to be so included into spaces that don't fucking want you? Why do you want to participate in some shit that people don't want you participating in? And if you can't look at yourself and see that you do not look like you don't look like a biracial woman. You look like a white girl. And you don't understand why a black woman only gaming event wouldn't want you participating. If you don't have that level of self-awareness, let you know something, Becky Jew.
Yo,
You
shut up.
aren't a part of the
You
community.
were pressed
You
to say that
if
name.
you
Oh
can't
God, you
see
were.
and take accountability and acknowledge the issue, you're not a part of the community. And I knew this when you pointed at this situation for being the proof that you needed, that your whole life you didn't fit in. Now this is proving that the black only Call of Duty tournament, that's proving that see, validate. This is proof right here that I never fit in. This is the proof. That means you weren't around enough black events to even have these type of problems. People are saying I was never discriminated against, but look what's happening right now. If what's happening right now is the form of discrimination you need to justify you feeling like this, guess what, ma'am? These are privilege problems. These are white people problems. That's how I feel about it. So I got a problem with this. Someone tell Becky Jew to start a biracial white passing Call of Duty tournament. She can host it.
She ain't got to do that, man. I'm just saying she ain't got to do that, man. At the end of the day, yeah, nothing she does triggers me. I feel like I'm always the guy that gets cooked on here because nothing pisses me off. But like seriously, her shit just don't make me mad until it's kind of like trying to, if she goes to a level of like, what are you trying to say? Then I'll be like, okay, I'm upset. But from what I've heard thus far through the story, from what I've seen thus far on the screen, it's just a matter of like, damn, like I'm mixed. It is what it is, type shit. And it's just like, okay, I mean, people are taking that for what it is, and whether you fuck with that or not, that's on you.
Okay. Well, since Sage doesn't feel away, let's kick it up a notch.
I'm about to say.
So, like she said,
What's
she was
going on?
forced to submit pictures of her parents. She claims that her dad was black and Caribbean. This is the photo that she submitted of her dad.
What the fuck?
Me and my
But you see
wife
what I say? What I
father.
say, bro? Like, okay, now niggas is
She submits another picture. There's another photo.
okay.
Photo. This is her daddy.
Oh hell nah.
This is her daddy, right?
Ah,
And this is the
oh,
dad
okay.
that she's saying. And so the questions then arose. It's about, talking about your grandparents. She's British. I buried the lead in that one. Your grandparents have to be a certain way. Your grandparents have to look a certain way. Cool. She said that's okay. I'll just submit pictures of my grandparents.
Her dad like Jacano, the Jacano nigga from
Let
Breaking
me
I
Bad,
feel like this
and
might be
Morgan
one of them
Freeman.
moments where Sage stops
let me know when you're
talking.
ready, Omar.
Oh, okay.
Scrolling through Alexis.
There's
Scary
nothing
game.
crazy about it.
Dangerous, right?
No,
Dangerous.
Hey,
All my likes are there. So
hey.
she puts up these pictures as pictures of her grandparents. You can go ahead.
Mm.
These are pictures of her grandparents.
I'm
These
gonna just stop
are
talking.
Indian people.
I'm gonna just stop talking.
I'm about
for
to
all my
say,
brothers and sisters out there.
I
I'm done.
mean,
I'm not gonna say nothing else.
These are Indian
Hmm.
people. I don't
I'm
think
about
what
to
a
say,
lot of
nah.
people
Don't
realize
look
is,
Indian.
I mean, Caribbean doesn't inherently make you black. And that's where she tried to get it off to that community. That's what she said. She said that community is so toxic. I thought she was a part of it. That's what she tried to get off to that community is that, oh, Caribbean. So you should just assume that I'm black. She's not. Because Caribbean can be, I know people that are full-blown Chinese. When I was working at the eyeglasses place, not last year, but the year before, Chinese woman sounded like a straight Rastafarian. A lot of conversations as to how the Chinese got over there, when they started to get strict on specific genders and stuff like that being born. Um, people coming there, going to Canada. Like there's so much going on, and people don't understand how specific subsections of people, demographics, nationalities, races, whatever, get to these different areas. But this is an Indian man. So she put this picture up though, and when people started to call her out about it, she deleted this picture, but left the pictures of her dad up. Now
Deleting makes it worse. I have to like
deleting it makes it
screenshot.
worse.
Yeah, on your shit, chat.
This is another one. Last picture that I'll show of her family members. You can leave it up, Bezos. This is her brother.
He like Chet Hanks.
I'm talking to you.
Her brother.
I miss you. I'm thinking of the song.
And let me guess, that was her sister behind him?
Obviously. Before y'all start.
I mean, react, man. I don't know.
I
React.
got some
React
questions.
React is me shutting the hell up because I said what I said at 5 minutes. But no, I said what I no. This is the most valid say shut up moment I've ever seen. I talked 5 minutes ago talking about some. I mean, it don't piss me off. And then you show me a picture of a dude that, like, if I'll be blunt, if I was walking down the street, would I assume he's black? Absolutely not. So it's like, well, fuck. Okay, I can get why a lot of people are triggered by that. A lot of people are like, eyebrow raise about that. So this is just one of those moments where I'm going to shut my black ass up. Because don't get me wrong, I'm still not necessarily triggered by what happened earlier, but I can now understand why y'all are. If y'all knew all of these, like, I guess details, or whatever, but I don't like do all this Google research on the motherfucker. They mixed.
See, no, I didn't know any of this. I just seen her and I knew ain't no black man make that.
I don't know how she looked. I'm gonna be blunt. I don't know how she looked.
He showed the pictures.
White. Yeah, she was white.
I couldn't see my screen. The way I got my setup right now, it's me in the top right corner, and then it's y'all, and then y'all are already small. So y'all, the
she white, nigga.
She looks like a Becky Jew.
Is that her name? Or
that's her name. Yes, her name is Becky Jew.
J-O-O, right?
J-O-O.
Yeah, Becky Jew.
But let me ask, would y'all like reaction be? Because I ain't gonna lie, her proof is just sketchy to say the least. If her parents were like, if she was like, if her mom was white and her dad was black, like it was like a more valid picture, I guess, of a black man, would y'all maintain the stances that y'all have right now?
I'll rip my Band-Aid off just because I'm the one that said like probably the most controversial thing thus far. Because Omar and Damo are just like, nah. It's a thing in the black community where if the mom is black and the pops is white, okay, we can see it. But if it's like if the pops that's why you made that face, because I'm not bullshitting. It's just a matter if you agree or disagree with it.
I'm about to say I'm about to say you're not wrong.
If the it's a thing in the community. If the dad is white and the moms is black, niggas be like, okay, well, all right, we cool because you was raised around that. You know what type of timing we on. But like if the mom's is white and the dad's is black, for some reason it has a whole different stigma to you. So for that, I would say it does affect it a little bit. I personally, again, as long as she's not trying to be ignorant for no fucking reason, it doesn't bother me. But if she's trying to like just do ignorant ass shit for zero fucking reason,
to gaslighting to get into this Call of Duty tournament.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if she's trying to drag it for no reason, if it really doesn't need to be dragged and she's dragging it, then there it is. That's why
Man, I don't care what color any of her parents were. Unless you walking around Zendaya passing, bitch, you're not biracial. You're white passing. There's only one acceptable way a biracial woman can get away with leaning to her black side. And it's how you present. And you got to present a lot more black than what she was shown. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck if both her parents was light skinned. If she turned up looking like that, I would still say those women were justified for saying her bright ass can't be in there. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be 100% real because it's their tournament. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. My issue and why I have the biggest problem, and I'll make it quick because I know Omar wants to go and we have to wrap up. I'm so sick of everyone wanting to be a part of the goddamn. I'm so sick of everybody wanting to be black. I'm sick of this shit. You niggas don't ever want to be black when it's in time or important to be black, but y'all want to be black when it's meaningless bullshit. Y'all want to be black when it comes to the music or the fashion or the fucking vernacular. Y'all want to be black for Call of Duty tournaments. But when it's time to be black, when real black issues are prevalent, you niggas are silent and nowhere to be found. I think in the meeting, Cruz said they did a deep dive for Twitter. The first time she said the word black on Twitter was during this instance. She ain't even tweeted the word black. God damn.
Jeez.
You ain't even tweet black, bitch. What?
That's none of my business.
What? I bet you look up white. I know you find a lot of shit though. You can't even
That's
find her
good.
tweeting about black business. She didn't even say that he was black. She didn't even talk about niggas before this. Now I'm actually black though. I hate this shit. Y'all, I'm about to start ranting. I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. Everybody want to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga. Shout out Paul Mooney.
Y'all, white passing is not a thing to me. White passing is not a thing that doesn't exist. Y'all be letting people that aren't of the culture or don't know the history or can't really make logical sense of things or just old verbiage or phrases or ideology based out of racism dictate how we should live in 2025, which doesn't make sense. White passing is not a thing. To add on to that, the one drop rule is not a thing. It's also stupid as fuck. There's no way that somebody who is white presenting, navigates life white, looks white, would be universally accepted and seen as white is black. That just don't make sense. Somebody in my family has done 23andMe and found that I am part Asian. There is Asian lineage in me.
Wait, for real?
Generations of I'm dead serious. I would never go around saying I'm Asian. That's the dumbest shit ever.
He hated Asian food worse after that. He was like, oh.
That's
He
so
was like, oh my God, I fucking hate Asian
God damn
food. You know what?
There's-
I
but there's
knew I
no-
hated that shit.
There's no reason why I would run around saying that I'm Asian. That's disgusting. It's disrespectful.
This is a genuine question coming from me because I'm just trying to see I like to see both sides of the argument as much as possible. If I was hosting, let's say, a Valorant tournament, right, Asians only, and respect, this is no shade, like Henry the Blasian shows up there, and I'm like, nah, you can't, you don't look Asian. Like, is that not crazy though?
It's
No, technically, no.
it's
If Henry
it's
the
on some
Blasian,
shit. Yeah. Go ahead, Dama. I'll say what
There's
I
no
would
way
just
his
say-
name is Henry the Blasian.
Is Henry
Let's put that caveat.
not
in.
even. So if he's just going by Henry, if
Yeah.
Henry
Basically,
pulls up,
thank you.
if
Dama.
Henry
Yeah,
pulls
keep going
up
by
saying,
Henry.
"Yo, I'm trying to play. I'm half Asian, half black," and then you go check, and this nigga got fucking Florida wicks and face tattoos, and this nigga is chilling with Kodak Black all the time. I don't know how Asian are you, buddy? Huh, Mr. Henry?
And
Where
let
does Asia come in? Your name?
And let me say this too. I think that there's layers to this. Why they're doing this, because of lack of representation from a certain type of community, and then within that community lies another community. We all know, we should know, that there are acceptable versions of things in the mainstream, and not saying that they don't include because of X, Y, and Z. Just putting this out there. And we're trying to go against the stereotype. Black women don't game, black people don't game, et cetera, et cetera. If they wanted this to be totally dark-skinned women, that would be fine because they're really going against what the narrative is. So if they even just said, Leo, light, like right now, we're not even trying to get light skin. We want to put a bunch of, because I'm tired personally of seeing the light skin, our DEI representative is a you can go Asian, B souls. Our DEI representative is a lighter Asian. What about the darker skinned Asians?
Yeah.
When they say Asian, they're not talking about Cambodian. They're not talking about Laotian. They're not talking about Taiwanese. They're not talking about
Filipinos.
a certain Korean, and they damn sure not talking about no damn Filipinos.
Oh, you didn't have to say it like that.
Damn.
No, but I'm being dead ass. I'm being dead ass though.
I feel it, but
I know.
yeah.
No Cambodians, no Laotians.
I know.
Damn sure no motherfucking
They not,
Filipinos.
They not,
Damn.
because they view them a certain way.
Yeah.
They view them a certain way.
They're talking
So
about
if
Koreans,
B-Souls-
Japanese, Chinese.
Yeah, if B Souls wanted to put on and he just called it an Asian only event, and we gonna have dark skinned Filipino. They gotta be darker than me. I am the litmus test. We are gonna put dark skinned Filipinos in this. I would have no problem. You know why? That's the group that gets represented the least. When we want to get diversity, we get in a specific type of Asian from that's bullshit. So if you put on your event that way, I 100% applaud it, agree with it, would attend it, would not participate in it. But I would be for that. I hate when these people try to do these mental gymnastics and mental hurdles in order to get the shit off. Real quick, shouts out to Dre Bradley for sending in $100. Absolute sponsor of the stream says it's been a minute since they've been seen a style with no gimmicks.
I don't even think that was dark skinned Asians on beef. Damn.
Shout out to the GOAT Pod. And let me say, because y'all know, and maybe we should talk about this in a minute. Because I get passionate about that stuff. That shit is bullshit. Damo. They use the same Asian actors. They use the same selective group of people because they look like a certain group of people.
I feel like it does low-key piss me off when people ask me how I feel about Shang-Chi. Because like none of that culture really like
even connect.
That's not my culture.
That's not you. But because it's Asian,
you gotta be hype, right? It felt like homeboy.
It's your guys.
Right?
It's your guys.
Like,
All
hey,
right, bro.
And y'all know how I feel about any Kenya Barris production, where we going all light-skinned people. Anthony Anderson is such a powerhouse. We're gonna have him have kids with Tracy Ellis Ross, but all the kids are gonna be lighter than Tracy Ellis Ross. That's dumb. That's so stupid. That's not even realistic when we're talking about how you make babies, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm all for that. I just want to say I have no problem with people attending different groups. I said this in a space. When I was in college, I used to go to all the events, especially my senior year. I used to go to all the events, specifically related to computer science. I wanted to stay in the know of the industry. So I would go to what would ultimately end up being a Girl Who Code, because that's a national organization, Girls Who Code. It's a group that's supposed to be catering to women, girls, and getting them into coding. Why? Because if you look at those statistics and demographics, a fraction of those people that code or hold computer science degrees are women who are in the industry of engineering and software development. They are women. I would go to those events though. When they had speakers speak, I would listen. You know, when they talked about ways to get better practice, I would take notes. When they talked about doing resume workshops, I would not participate. When they talked about doing live mock interviews, I would not participate. I'm not going to take away from these people that are already disenfranchised. And as a disenfranchised person, as a minority, I would think that's real fucked up. I don't think I'm really passionate about this stuff, and I'll save it for my video. But ultimately, that shit is so foul to me, especially how she played it off to be something else. I knew she wasn't black off rip. She don't look black.
Not at all.
But then to play it off and try to play the game of, oh, my parent is Caribbean, et cetera, that shit is whack. And again, I feel this certain way about all demographics. Y'all know I despise Mindy Kaling and ask Indian people about Mindy Kaling at every opportunity that I get. I hate the way that they depict African people from the African continent on these television shows, and they only represent one specific one because they know that other countries have bad connotations. You ain't never gonna see on television no African from any other country but Nigeria and maybe Ghana. You ain't never gonna get no Sudanese nigga on there. You ain't never gonna get no nigga from the Congo on there. Why? Because those are represented as third world countries. That ain't never gonna happen. Like I said in the other conversation, you ain't never gonna see no Filipino on no television. For real. You ain't never gonna see no dark skinned Asian man. Why? Because they are
not Asian representation.
Not the Asian representation. You ain't never gonna see what the Indians look like. I go to work every single day, 9 to 5. I'm in software. Them Indians is brown. They dark. Some of them darker than me. You ain't never gonna see that shit on TV.
Nope. Get ready to see.
Keep it real.
It's a lot of shit going on, man. Whether it's right or wrong. Again, earlier I made
too. Hey, let me say this real quick.
Yeah.
When damn, Black Panther came out, and they was trying to lump the Mexicans with the indigenous people and all that. But that's two different things. Let's stop them white passing Mexicans in Blue Beetle. Them niggas was white as hell with the last name Rodriguez. Oh,
Darkest one was George Lopez.
George
Shit
Lopez,
crazy.
get the fuck out of here.
darkest Mexican is George Lopez. I guess, gang. So to answer your question, it's only gonna be wrong to do Henry like that if there's other biracial Asians there. And that's what I was gonna say about this. She has justification to feel some type of way if there are other biracial women playing or other women that you can argue have white pass playing. But if everyone there is me, Sage, or Omar color and darker, and she's the only biracial girl, or if Henry hits you up to join and everybody else is pure blooded, oh damn, pure blooded is crazy, is
Keep going.
Okay,
is
second
full
round,
blooded, full blooded, whatever it is, then he come in there being Henry the Blasian. Like, gang, you have the right to say, nah, nigga, we need the purest of bloods out here.
For
I
me,
guess I don't know. It's just a discussion specifically in the Filipino community too, because like Filipinos specifically are a mixture of Asian culture, Spanish culture, and American culture with like our history with colonization, and also like specifically interracial dating is much more normalized in our culture compared to other cultures. So this whole conversation of like, are you Filipino enough has been like a ongoing conversation within our community. So, you know, people feel some type of way if you pull their Filipino card, even though they're, you know, mom's Filipino, but their dad's white. Like that's an ongoing conversation with us. But
yeah.
I'm sorry. I was reading the chat. Somebody said everybody in there looking like Coco Jones, and then the Jew walks in.
Yeah, I'm gonna rip the band-aid off again. I already ripped it off earlier. I'm being so serious. And this usually isn't my MO on this channel. It's just a matter of like people don't want to say it. It's their like visual of like what their aesthetic that they want. So like it almost is literally how you look. And whether that's fucked up or not is up to you. But it's almost like damn near literally how you look. Like kind of like how Buddy was saying. If everybody looked like dark skin, my skin tone, maybe a little lighter and shit like that, and you have somebody that's like way lighter skin than me, but technically they're mixed or some shit, people are gonna give them a little bit of flack, rightfully or wrongfully so. It's just going to happen. I'm not talking from a situation of what I personally believe in. Personally, I think you are what you are, and I think ultimately as long as you present yourself accordingly, you'll be fine. But for a lot of people, they feel like you could just spawn in, do whatever the fuck you want. You don't necessarily have to like own anything. You can kind of just like walk around like everybody should understand what your background is and shit. And I think that's a little bit dishonest on how the world will view you. So yeah, I hope I didn't yap on that, but that's kind of like how I feel about that whole situation necessarily.
I feel it because me and Bree the other day actually just out of curiosity looked up like what would a Filipino white baby would look like, and all the pictures. It's just you either this or that. And I ain't gonna lie, you either gonna look white or Asian.
Yeah, that's
There's
what I'm saying.
Like,
It's like is if hypothetically
There's no Asians, buddy.
There's no way that they're gonna cut them out from either side. But it's at the end of the day, as long as they're not just like flaming, you know, I'm claiming one side in terms of like upbringing and what I believe in and how I behave and all these other things, and then simultaneously on the other side it's like, but I'm not it's a slippery slope. I'm not mixed, so I don't know what that life is like. Shout out to my mixed viewers, shout out to the mixed viewers that keep it a buck, but I wouldn't know to that certain degree. But it is slippery. Like that's what I'm trying to get across from you. Omar and Damo didn't necessarily tell you that straight up, so I'm telling you straight up, I don't really give a fuck. It is like a inconsistency there a lot.
You mixed niggas make shit difficult for no reason, man. God damn.
Let me, yeah,
I'm not
the
saying
people-
that. Now that's true. I'll give you that. That's definitely true.
I don't
'Cause
know
it's
what to
not that big a
identify
deal.
as.
Yeah, it's
Bitch,
not that big a deal.
both,
Nigga,
motherfucker.
oh shit,
That's what you
you're-
identify as.
Nick,
Both.
Damo,
that's the
I'll give
point.
you
You
this.
can't identify as both in this situation.
Yeah, you can.
Damo, swear to God, it's as simple as, oh,
Yeah,
hey,
you can.
your daddy black, your mommy white. All right. like that's all it really is. But niggas do a lot to go around that. And I will say, Bezos, you gotta be there to understand how like people will go around that to try to claim that it's not that for some fucking reason. I don't know why, but it is just as simple as, oh, one parent's white, one parent's black.
Embrace
One
that
parent is
mayonnaise
white, one parent's
sandwich,
black,
nigga.
and that's it.
The answer,
God
the
damn,
reason-
embrace that
the reason-
mayonnaise.
The reason why they do it is because at that given moment, there's an advantage in claiming one or
Exactly.
the other. So that's the reason why they would claim it. So I don't think to me though, as an educated man, sorry, and I don't fight that fight. So whatever.
Type
It's
shit.
not a struggle. You are biracial.
Yeah.
Like it is that simple. There's nothing too complicated. You're both. And these people that fight me, but aren't they black though? They're white too.
No, they're both.
Yeah, they're
erasing,
literally
stop
mixed.
erasing that portion of their identity. The last thing I'm gonna say is I hope that more collectives of people get more selective. Look, there's a bunch of different identities out there, and people nowadays are looking for more and more community. So if you can find things to be communal about and be as selective as possible, go for it. And in situations, I would even press how we can be more targeted in these events. Only using B Souls' example of only using B Souls' situation for example, if he did have an Asian American event or an Asian event or whatever he was saying, I would not press him, but I would ask him like, oh, can we get this to just be Filipino? Like, and I'm saying something content creation related. I'm like, well, you know, enough Filipino content creators. Let's just go ahead and shift this all the way to Filipino, because the last thing, respectfully, last thing we need is another Asian American event, and there's nothing but Chinese people and Japanese people on Front Street, or Chinese people and Korean people on Front Street, and then you look across this stage of 80 people, and they might have one person from, I don't know, Thailand, I guess.
It really only gets weird when they
Also
make
got
it
Vietnam
weird.
too. They ain't putting out a damn Vietnamese person. That's another motherfucker they're not putting up there. I would love to see a stage if Asian American and this is BSO's put on event. Everybody up here is about to be Filipino, and if we do have any outliers, because we can't fill the 10 slots for whatever reason, them last 2 slots is gonna go to another Asian nation that is underrepresented.
But I think to keep it on the Asian point, like Asian representation still hasn't evolved to the point where we can kind of pick and choose just specific like Vietnamese events or Filipino events. Like Asian representation as a whole is so bad that like if we really want to put on it right now as it stands, it probably would be better to put on just a general Asian event with a bunch of the Asians on. That's just
No, that's what you
Okay,
think.
Okay, that's different. Yeah, that's
And
different.
then you find out when you are hosting the Filipino only event, damn, we actually can pop out, and niggas whole time been waiting for it because you're not the only one. Not saying you are, but you're not the only one that's like, well, shit. In a stage full of Asian Americans, I'm the only Filipino. There's one guy there's another nigga that's Taiwanese or whatever, and the rest is just Japanese and Chinese. It might be more motherfuckers that want to have a Filipino only event or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I feel it. That's why I go so hard when I throw my black events, man. Only FBAs. Only.
But I would, but even to what you just said though, B Souls, even if you do get 10, it's like you needed 10 creators, you do get the 10. Thank you.
Ain't doing no damn Canadians.
And then
Canada? Fuck out of here.
let's say
Canada?
you do get the 10 or whatever the case may be, and you try to sell 100 tickets and you can only do 35. Me personally, I'd rather you sell the 35, host the event, and then put that footage out there, inspire the next generation of Vietnamese or Filipino creators or youth to say, hey, this I didn't see this. I was looking for this. So it's cool for me to do this now, as opposed to, I don't know. Not saying that I'm sick of him, and not saying that this, that, and third, but brother, I done seen enough of the lighter skin persuasion of people get put on to say that this is an event, and then saying, oh, you know, all Asians are welcome.
Nah, I feel you. I'm sick of that shit too.
All
I'm
Asians are welcome.
hosting an event. Here's some nigga from the UK. Hey, oi, bruv. Me nans from Nigeria. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. I ain't trying to hear that shit. FBA's only. Fuck, nigga. Real niggas.
All right.
Only niggas.